Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica News in Review. JDF member dies in South Camp Road crash. A soldier who was hit by a car while walking along the South Camp Road, St. Andrew on Sunday, has succumbed to his injuries. The deceased has been identified as 36-year-old Garan Anderson. Anderson, who resides in Burnside Hill, Red Hills, St. Andrew, was walking along the roadway when the driver of a Nissan Latio motor car that was traveling towards Crossroads allegedly lost control of his vehicle. The driver reportedly mounted the embankment and then hit Anderson. The vehicle subsequently caught ablaze. The accident happened about 9:30 a.m. The police and units from the fire department were alerted, and Anderson was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said the driver of the motor vehicle was warned for prosecution pending further investigation. Cop among 4 killed in Westmoreland within hours. A 47-year-old police constable was among 4 people killed mere hours apart in the Western Parish between Friday night and Saturday morning. The death of Constable Richard Barrett was too much for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF and his wife, who was unable to speak to reporters. However, other family members spoke with reporters, including his 17-year-old son Junior, who is trying to cope with losing his father. At 17, he died. He did not even get to see me graduate from high school. It is really hard, expressed Junior, who paused for a while to regain his composure. I wasn't expecting this at this young age. This is a time in life where everyone has to pay their due, but I never expect that this one is my life, added Junior. The cop left the location around 6 p.m. Friday when he reportedly received a call from friends for them to meet and have a drink. Even though his bar, that has a restaurant attached, was closed on Good Friday, he went. However, it appeared gunmen showed up at his bar before his colleagues shortly after 8. Passersby reportedly saw a white car with 3 men lingering outside the property. The friends, upon arrival, found Barrett slumped over the counter. His loaded firearm, which was on the counter, was not stolen. Barrett was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Junior was sleeping when the shocking news of his father's death came. He said it took a while for it to sink in. Junior said Constable Barnett was a loving, caring, and good father who taught him a lot. The slain cop served the Jamaica Fire Brigade in Hanover before switching careers approximately 20 years ago. At the time of the 47-year-old's death, he was serving at the Little London police station, also in Westmoreland. Despite a change in career, the son said it never crossed his mind that his father was leaving a risky job for an even riskier one, noting that his father loved his job. His brother, Aldin Hunter, who is also a fireman, said that the news was difficult for their mother, who was also fearful each time she heard of the policeman's death. Hunter said Constable Barnett is the eldest of 4 brothers, and the family looked to him to ensure that all was in order. He is the peacemaker who everyone looks towards to ensure certain things are getting done, Hunter stated. Chevelle, Constable Barrett's stepdaughter, who worked at the bar, who was not around at the time of the shooting. Most of the times, things would get so scary. Crime, we would be there. The front would be closed. His friends knew that we would be there, so they would come around the back, and the door would be open so they could come in, she stated. Another family member, who gave her name as Barrett, said Constable Barrett was someone who didn't speak much. He is practical, the type of person, work and home, stated the family member. The family has been consoled and prayed for by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Community Safety and Security Branch at the family home in Chantilly when reporters arrived on Saturday. The police high command, in condemning the brutal attack on Barrett, has promised a thorough and detailed investigation into the circumstances surrounding his murder. The police will not be deterred by this latest attack. They will continue their focus on ridding communities of guns, gunmen, and gangs who continues to cause death, pain, and mayhem, the High Command said in a press release on Saturday. The High Command is encouraging anyone with information that may assist with this investigation to contact Crime Stop at 311 or the Police 119 emergency number. Meanwhile, around 1:30 Saturday morning, Sydney Hibbert, 77, of Rosebanks, Brookfields in Westmoreland, was shot and killed at his home and set ablaze. Reports are that Hibbert was at home when gunmen kicked off the door and shot him in the upper body before setting the house ablaze. The police and units from the Savannah Lamar Fire Department were alerted. The charred remains of Hibbert were found among the rubble during cooling down operations. There was also a double murder in Betheltown Police Division, but no details were immediately available. Skeletal remains believed to be of missing farmer found in St. Anne. Skeletal remains believed to be that of a farmer who had gone missing were found in Hindstown, St. Anne on Monday morning. The remains are believed to be that of Norman Thomas, 39, from the community. Residents decided to search the community and found the remains on Thomas' farm. Thomas was reportedly last seen on March 13, 2022 in the community by his mother. However, he was not reported missing to police until 2 days ago and an investigation was launched. It is reported that clothing, such as blue merino, khaki shorts and blue belts and a pair of black water boots, was found and recognized by family members to be that of Thomas. Police said about 8:30, residents were searching for Thomas when the skeletal remains were found on his farm. The police were summoned and on arrival, skeletal remains resembling and consistent with that of a human were seen on a farm. We don't know who to trust. Anger and frustration were evident on the faces of residents of Denham Town in West Kingston on Sunday as they staged a second day of protest over the fatal shooting of 32-year-old Horan Glenn by a member of the Jamaica Defense Force in the community on Saturday. Police are kill innocent people, soldiers are kill innocent people, and gunmen are kill the innocent, said one resident of the violence plagued community, which has been declared a zone of special operations, ZOZO. The angry residents threw debris across Charles Street and other roads in the community and set them ablaze in protest. Charged that Glenn was shot in cold blood and called for the removal of soldiers who are stationed in the community as part of the operations under the ZOZO. According to the protesting residents, some soldiers abused their power and exercised little conscience when assaulting people in the community. On Sunday morning, a team of senior military personnel visited the scene to hear from residents and assure them that the matter was being thoroughly investigated. The police had reported that about 6:20 p.m. on Saturday, a JDF team was on foot patrol on Charles Street when they saw a group of men who aroused their suspicion. The team approached the men and proceeded to search them. According to the police, while conducting the search, a woman who was behaving boisterously spot on members of the Jamaica Defense Team. It is further reported that the soldiers were approached by Glenn, who had a bottle beer in his possession, and proceeded to pour the content on a member of the JDF team. The soldiers reportedly attempted to take Glenn into custody when he ran into a yard at 97 Charles Street. He was pursued into the yard, where he allegedly attempted to disarm a soldier of his M16 rifle. The police say it was during this tussle that Glenn was fatally shot, but the residents have described the police report as fictitious, as they claim they just don't know who to trust. One resident who identified herself as Nikki told reporters that sometimes the soldiers who patrol the community are brutish and disrespectful. She said that was what led to the fatal shooting of Glenn. Saturday when me come out, me see the soldier them over there so, with two little youth, and they want to pull them in the yard. Me and me two daughter them start ball out for murder. As so people start come down, the youth who them kill came on the scene and I tell them say a little bikini them a beat, and them lick the youth, then them kill him. When night is a big old man the soldier them box down. That old man could be them grandfather. It doesn't make sense. I better them leave, argued Nikki. Sometimes you have some good and bad soldiers. Sometimes they come with a lot of expletives. When they just came around here in October 2017, we treat them good. If them not have bathroom, we make them go in our house go use the bathroom. We run light give them and we do everything. Sometimes when them come, them just want to butter bruise people. And from Friday them they behave like that and them want to kill somebody. Them a walk with dog and just a kick off people gate and they the angry resident. Glenn's baffled mother, Janet Hay, demanded justice during her interview with reporters, as she claimed that she witnessed the moment when her unarmed son was being fatally shot. Me run go in the yard and see when him a ease off and the soldier say, "What you go do?" and shoot him again. "That alone me see," said he. "When me hear the first shot, them me think say in the ear, them a fire the shot. So me run go up at the crowd there. But when me see everybody a run, I go up there and I come now to me and them push me gate and in there. And me see when the soldier give him the last shot. And just because him a defend the local youth them, added he. Other irritated residents said there was no way the soldier should have shot and killed an unarmed man who was no threat to them. "We can't feel good. The man they kill, his thing is to party, keep himself clean, and look a lot of girls and take care of his one son. How will he feel good about this? He was not wanted. Them kill him cold blood. But Glenn is not a gunman. The road now go stop block," declared another resident. Body of 12-year-old washed away by flood waters found. The body of 12-year-old Janelle Walters has been recovered about a mile and a half from where she was washed away by raging floodwaters in Montego Bay on Tuesday afternoon. Reporters saw the body of the young girl, dressed in clothes her family said she was wearing at the time she was swept away. Janelle and her 68-year-old grandmother, Beryl Walters, were among occupants of a motor vehicle that was swept away by the raging waters following heavy rain. Further reports are that the family patriarch and a 25-year-old woman, believed to be his daughter, who were also traveling in the car when the incident occurred, were rescued by men who fixed tires nearby. Flash flood warning in effect for some parishes. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, has issued a flash flood warning for Portland, St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, and St. James as a trough over the island dumped heavy rains on Tuesday afternoon. In the meantime, a flash flood watch is in effect for all parishes. ODPEM stated that, due to heavy rainfall, some areas of St. Mary, Portland, and St. James are already experiencing flooding. A warning has been issued for small craft operators, including fishermen. ODPEM has advised that they remain in safe harbor until all warning messages have been lifted and wind and sea conditions return to normal. ODPEM added that when a flash flood watch is in effect, residents should take precautionary measures and keep informed and be ready for quick action if flooding is observed or if a warning is issued.
At the Westgate right now. And not normal. See there, and not normal. See there, watch it. Watch it, and not normal. See there, vehicle, rain. Watch it. See there, people stuck in a car.
Man fatally stabbed in Monique, suspect in custody. A man was fatally stabbed during a dispute with another in Riverhead District, Monique, St. Anne on Easter Monday. Dead is 23-year-old Siobhan Harvey, alias Mog, of Clapham District in Monique. According to a release by the Corporate Communications Unit CCU, Harvey was among a group of persons standing along the roadway in Riverhead District sometime after 10 p.m. when he was attacked by a man who used a knife to allegedly stab him in the chest. The police were summoned, and Harvey was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The alleged attacker was apprehended by the police and remains in police custody. Investigations are ongoing. No motive, suspect in shooting that injured 12. Police have neither established a motive nor identified any suspect in connection with last week's shooting of 12 people in Franklin Town, East Kingston. The 12, which included 6 men and 6 women, were shot and injured during a party in the community. Commanding officer for the Kingston Eastern Division, Superintendent Tommy Lee Chambers, said the police are yet to make a breakthrough with their probe in the matter. "We are still doing our investigation," Superintendent Chambers told reporters on Tuesday. She was unable to confirm if all the injured people have been released from hospital, but said quite a number of them were sent home. It was reported that the party for which a permit was granted was being held in the intersection of Wellington Street, York Street, and Lacey Road in Franklin Town. Police said about 11:05 p.m., a barrage of explosions was heard. When the shooting subsided, the 12 people were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were escorted to hospital. Ex-soldier gone missing in St. Andrew. Former member of the Jamaica Defense Force Dwayne Brown of Suttern Avenue, Harborview, St. Andrew, has been missing since Sunday, April 10. Brown, who is 34 years old, is of dark complexion, thin build, and about 5 feet 9 inches tall, and has a tattoo. Reports from the Harborview police are that Brown was last seen about 3 p.m. in 7 Miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew. At the time, he was wearing a black t-shirt, black jeans, and a yellow sneakers. Anyone knowing Brown's whereabouts is being asked to contact the Harborview police at 876-928-6001, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. 2 teens among 4 charged with robbery and assault of justice of the peace. A 17-year-old boy is among 4 charged with robbery with aggravation, indecent assault, and assault occasioning bodily harm of a Justice of the Peace JP in Red Hill, St. Andrew on Friday. Charged along with the teen, who is of a St. Thomas address, are 38-year-old Troy Williams of Burnside Valley District, Red Hills in St. Andrew, 24-year-old Devoy Stewart of Delacree Park, Kingston 13, and 18-year-old Nickel Hutchinson of Poyet Street, Kingston 12. Reports from the police are that about 4:30 p.m., the JP went to the house of Williams to collect an item. He reportedly entered the premises, where he was robbed and assaulted by all 4 males. The accused then took the victim to a section of Red Hills Road, where they left him. The matter was reported to the police, and all 4 perpetrators were arrested and subsequently charged. Their court date is being finalized. Rasta charged with assault, shooting with intent. 46-year-old Garnet Laws, otherwise called Rasta, a former of Rosebanks, Content District, Westmoreland, has been arrested and charged following an incident in his community on April 11. Laws was charged with 2 counts of shooting with intent, 2 counts of assault at common law, and illegal possession of firearm. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 10 a.m., 2 men were sitting in a yard when Laws, who lives in the same community and known to the men, approached both men and brandished a firearm. It is alleged that Laws pointed the firearm at both men, then subsequently opened gunfire at them. The men ran and managed to escape injured. The police were alerted, and on their way they received information which led them to conduct a raid at the home of Laws, where he was arrested. He was charged on April 16 following the recording of a statement from the men. His court date is being finalized. Foreign national charged with illegal possession of ammunition in St. James. 37-year-old St. Lure Williams of Woodbridge Drive in the United States of America was arrested and charged with illegal possession of ammunition following an incident at the Sangster International Airport on Saturday. Reports reaching reporters are that about 1:08 p.m., Williams was in the process of boarding a flight home when his luggage was searched at a security checkpoint. During the search, 1 9mm round of ammunition was found in the pocket of a knapsack. Williams was subsequently arrested and charged. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.